Hi, my name is Levi Sebree. Welcome to my closet. I work for Tory Burch and I help plan her events. So we did a series of events with this print and a couple other print variations. They're so long, but I get so many compliments on them and they're one of my favorite things in my closet for sure. Another thing I love to do is doing like a little accessory match. So these are some great examples, like these Tory shoes with the matching Tory bag, this bonbon I love. This is another example of like a blue shoe with a blue clutch. I love doing this. You could be wearing the most basic outfit, but a lot of times if you just add a pop of an accessory like this and they're matching, it really ties it together and makes it super fun. The reality is this is not my permanent wardrobe and I live in New York City, so sometimes the solution is 300 tank tops and one really big basket. I love like a sequence moment. She's really fun. I just wore her in Miami. This one I got at Goodwill in Indiana. It's very cool. I'm really into like a kind of Ibiza, 90s Ibiza, over the top maximalist vibe for the summer. So this is kind of giving that energy. This is the other side of my closet. I immediately am drawn to this vintage Vivienne Westwood gown in my favorite color, this emerald green. I absolutely love, and I wore it to my friend's wedding in Portugal and I love the way it fits. It's super comfortable. I got it at a sample sale in Soho. I'm also really loving colored and patterned tights. I'm really obsessed with indie sleeves, cobra snake, like that sort of style. A lot of those OG indie sleeves girls. This is from Kata, the vintage store in Lower East Side, and they have some really amazing pieces. I picked up this piece. It's to die for. I wore it in Florida. It hangs low in the back and it has this fabulous detailing. So I call this my David Bowie dress, and it's a Tory Burch sample sale find, and I saw it and I immediately was like, I have to have it. I'm obsessed with these. I thrifted these such a long time ago and my mom was like, what are those? And this is what you call thrift gold. This is absolute gold. So a piece that is super sentimental to me is this Zac Posen shift dress. One of my first internships in New York was at Zac Posen. Once I got the internship, my mom went online and found this vintage piece. Again, this is the reality of living in New York. I haven't resulted to having my shoes in the stove and the fridge yet, but they are all stored under my bed like this. These are really fun. These are Marc Jacobs Runway and they're in butter yellow, the color of the season. These Tory shoes are absolutely everything. These Tory shoes are also amazing. Thank you so much for joining for my closet tour. This is really the reality of living in New York in a small apartment when you love fashion, but I wouldn't have it any other way. And thank you so much for joining.